Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next video lesson. We're on chapter 4a, and we're going to look at present perfect with yet, just, and already. These are three clues, signals that we should be using present perfect. We're also going to look at vocabulary related to housework and which we associate with do, the verb do, and which we associate with the verb make. Do you make your bed or do your bed? Well, in this case, we do both. But in most cases, we have one preferred verb. So we're going to learn the differences if we don't already know them. And then for pronunciation, we're going to practice the letters Y and J. These two letters are mysterious sometimes in English. They're not used a lot, at least not at the beginning of words. But when they are, they can cause confusion because we just don't encounter them very much. Obviously, Y at the end is very common. He's very funny. E, it sounds like an E. Tiny, this we know, but when it goes at the beginning, it's a different situation altogether. Let's look at the speaking. It says here, answer the questions in pairs. So find a partner and answer a question. Your country and you. So let's talk about this. I might answer I'll answer one. In your country, do men and women do the housework? Who does more? Do you think this is fair? Well, so in my household, my family, my father was working full-time. My mother never worked. So she did the house. She did everything inside the house that dealt with cleaning and cooking. And my father did all the other things outside the house, mowing, taking care of the yard, planting trees, and also fixing things inside. So they had a pretty good setup. They had a good arrangement. And I think it was fair. I didn't see it as unfair. And interestingly, they both wanted to do that. My mom wanted to work in the house. She liked to keep it nice and clean. And Dad liked working on the house. So he fixed things when they broke. So what about me? Who does the most hardworking? Well, I'm doing everything. Although I don't have a house, I'm living in a flat, and I guess I have a cleaner come, so I'm cheating a bit. But it's not a big flat, so it's not a big job, but it's something I am able to, sort of bring someone in for very little, not a lot of money. So I do that, but I keep my flat is always picked up. It's clean and orderly in that sense. So there's no arguing because it's only with me. All right. What about you all? This is a great conversation you can have with your speaking partner. Go ahead and do that. Now let's look at the grammar. Let's do this first part together. Have you finished the washing up? Washing up means cleaning the dishes. Not yet. Have you started it? I think that's it. Yes. What's that noise? Have you broken something? Did you break something? Have you broken something? Sorry, only a glass. Oh, let's do this. What's for dinner? I don't know. I haven't made anything. You make dinner. You don't do dinner. Well, you can do it informally, but you make dinner. I've just come home. I've just arrived. Is there anything in the fridge? Not much. I haven't been to the supermarket yet. Oh, maybe you can go. Maybe we can go. Let's go together. All right. Now, we're going to look at this vocabulary with do and make, and we're going to do it right now. All right. What you're going to do, as you know, is look at the picture, the number of the picture, and match it right here. So we have number 1, lay the table, opposite of clear the table. That's number 1. Laying the table means putting the plates on the table to get ready for dinner. If you clear the table, you're cleaning up after dinner. So match these. These are really good, and we're going to use these in our speaking, in our live. This is great practice. This is also great practice because do and make are two of the most common, the most popular verbs in English. So you should know when to use which. Do, of course, but what about mistake? Do you do a mistake or make a mistake? You make a mistake. And I think for the Spanish speakers, you have just one word, hacer. And this is what makes it difficult. For other languages, it might be similar concept of difficulty. You have one main word for to do, but in English, we divide it. Do and make have slightly different functions in English, although sometimes we can use both. But we can't say do a mistake. That's wrong. I did an exam or made an exam. Well, if you're a teacher, you can make an exam, but that's not as common as the student who does the exam. All right. Or homework. Did you do your homework? You don't make homework, you do it. All right. I'm going to let you do the rest of the homework. And you're going to go ahead and tell me how you did. Are you going to take the rubbish out? I've already done it. So this is an exercise from above. And have you put a new bag in the bin? No, I couldn't find the bags. All right, let's now go to the grammar. Grammar is right here, present perfect, and this is present perfect right here. I've cleaned, hasn't done, have turned off. Turn off is a phrasal verb, so we have a three-part present perfect. Haven't turned off or have turned off. So let's read them. No audio files, I will be that. I've cleaned the fridge. It looks new. You can repeat. He hasn't done the washing up. Can you help me do it? Your turn. The concert starts soon. Have you turned off your phone? Yes, I have. Let's look at here are the rules related to number one. We use present perfect to talk about the recent past and its relationship with the future. It's recent past and its relationship with the future. I've cleaned the fridge, so now it looks new. So that's why we have present perfect. We don't say exactly when things happened. I've cleaned the fridge. I don't know when I did it. I mean, I don't tell you when I did it. If I tell you the time, then we have to use simple past. I cleaned the fridge 10 minutes ago. Once I give you a time, then I know it's over, and I use simple past. But if we don't use a time reference, we can use present perfect. And here's how you do it. Practice the forms. I have, you have, I've, I haven't, and then the past participle. I haven't finished the washing up. Here's the question part. Have you finished the exercise? Have you done the homework? Has he done the homework? Yes, I have. Yes, he has. So we have a lot here. Next, Mary's had a baby. We use present perfect to give recent news. She's just had a baby, maybe a month ago, but it's recent news that probably the listener didn't know about. All right, here we go. Let's go down here. Just, yet, and already are three clues that we need to use present perfect. Have you finished your homework yet? Repeat. No, not yet. I haven't finished yet. My sister's just started the job. Just means yesterday, this morning, this week. Do you want to see this film? No, I've already seen it 3 times. I've already seen. All right. Now what you're going to do is these talk about placements, where to put the where to put just, yet, and already. You can look at those if you want. Placement of the verbs. And then you're going to, of the adverbs, and now you're going to do the homework. So good luck. Find out where to, now in this one, you do need to place them. So you want to look at where to place them. Here we put just before. We put already before the main verb, and this at the end of the sentence. Yet can go at the end. All right. I think we've got a lot to do here. And now once we get done with that, then we move up to, now we have listening. Listening is something you're going to listen to the audio files and follow the instructions. So you've got a lot here to do with listening. Take the listening very seriously and the pronunciation. Yacht, jazz. Very difficult. Yacht, not yacht. Yacht, jazz. Take these seriously. Try to practice them. Listen to all the recordings. I'm going to send them to you because it's important. All right, you've got a lot of work to do, so study hard, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.